underwent multiple surgeries. And a warning, what happened is hard to watch. The day Matthew Trevino arrived at the Pasco County Jail, he was alone in his cell when deputies wanted to search him. But Trevino, according to his attorney, who provided Fox 13 with this jail video, was in the midst of a schizophrenic episode and would not put his hands through the door.
Due to him refusing, we're gonna deploy a Nova round.
A Nova round was created for situations like SWAT teams breaking into buildings. It's a distraction device, like a flashbang grenade, but fired from a shotgun. The company's own warnings say it's not supposed to be used to fire at humans or even animals.
There's no reason at this point that they have to force their way in to the cell. This is not an emergency situation. They certainly don't need to use this level of force. Later, when the officers filed their reports, they claimed that Mr. Trevino had backed away from the door and that the round ricocheted off the floor and struck him, which is just 100% false. And you can see it in the video as we continue. You can see that when he fired at him, he was right up against the door. Completely unnecessary.
Sheriff Chris Nacco, in a statement, called Trevino a man with a violent history whose failure to comply dictated their actions. Trevino has no violent crime convictions.
Were these deputies aware that he had mental illness?
I don't know how you wouldn't be aware of it. He is absolutely having a schizophrenic break, and the statements he's making are bizarre.
Trevino's attorney said none of the officers have been disciplined for the incident.
There was a finding essentially that because there was no actual policy in place on the use of this round or how to use it, no policies were violated, so therefore no disciplinary actions were taken.
State Attorney Bernie McCabe didn't respond to questions about whether his office has looked.
What up, YouTube family, man? Welcome to From Indicted to Invited. Today's topic, man, is Goon Squads. Before we get started, man, go and hit that like button, man. Just go on and tap it for the hell of it. Cash app up for left-hand corner. Just go and hit it for the hell of it. Anyway, me and my wife was talking last night, and she never really asked me about prison. She never really asked me about the prison life. She more concerned with me, with my progress as a free man, which is very understandable. So she shocked me when she asked me about what was the COs like. And this what I don't think I remember. Listen, when you get in trouble in the feds and you get indicted or whatever, it's your name in all caps on the indictment versus the United States of America. Now let's think about this, all the symbolic meaning that has in itself, right? Because the United States of America is everybody says it's the superpower of the world, and we talking you versus them. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look. Now, mind you, listen. When I talk about goon squads, you know, everybody know who the COs are on any prison yard, who to mess with and who not to mess with. You have situations like this right here, where these dudes right here were known as the cowboys, you know, and stuff like that. But when I talk about, you know, the goon squad, I'm talking about the outside team. I'm talking about the outside team. And I told y'all the story before, so let me break it down for y'all again. The Baltimore guys are in the shoe. Mumbos, Black, and Los. I'm in the second cell across from them. I'm in the second cell from the door. They across from me, probably the third cell from across from the door. I'm in the second cell across on this side. They go to rec one day. And everybody who go to rec, they leave the door open. So when they, you know, so they know what cell the inmates are at rec. So they leave the door open. And most of the time, the CEO will come in there and look around and make sure everything, you know, do a little light inspection, make sure there ain't no knives and weapons or nothing in there, and stuff like that. So I seen them go in there, the COs go in there and they come out or whatever. They went in a couple of cells and shit like that. So when the Baltimore dudes come back from rec, they start crying and kicking on the door and shit because these COs then went in there and took their washcloths and their towels and used their rags to wipe to get all the writing off the walls in the cell. Like most of them cells got writing from years and years of guys being in the cell. Like, you know, Billy Bob was here, Jimbo was here. You know what I mean? All this type of shit is on the walls, right? So they did that, and for the whole, like a day and a half, they didn't bring them no more rags. So they just stocking up. They cover the window and stuff like that, so when the people come down to count, they can't see in there. Now here come the extraction team. You know, they didn't team up, you know, they put the armor shit on, and they come, and they goes in there. And the Baltimore dudes, the 3 Baltimore dudes, and they whoop every last one of them. They whooped them. It was so bad that one of the COs had a street knife and tried to pull it out, right? And Mumbles ended up taking the knife from him and allegedly stabbing him. You know what I mean? So that's all I heard. Then another day and a half go by, right? Another day and a half go by. We waiting to see what happened next. And I hear some keys and some voices, you know, and I go to the door and I look. It's a team at the door, right? I don't see nothing but chest. So the lieutenant come down. He lead the team at the door. He walk past the team. He comes in on the tier, right? And asked them to cuff up, and they refused to cuff up. He asked them like 3 times, cuff up. Because they figured, man, they about to get their ass beat, so they might as well not be cuffed up. You know what I'm saying? So they don't cuff up. So another CO come by, and they got these magnetic strip things that they put over the window so you can't see, so we can't see. So when they put the shit on my window, he just threw it up there, and he left half of my window uncovered, right? So listen, bro. When I tell you, man, the team, the moon, like, it was like the dark side of the moon. The team come in, bro, and I'm 6'9". I was looking up like this. I'm talking about 400 pounds, Andre the Giant, WWE. Out of these dudes was not on this compound. These was not COs from the compound, bro. I don't know what they went and got, or I like, where they get these dudes from? They got goon squads, bro. And I had an old head from DC had already told me, used to tell me stories about a famous white guy that they used to call in. They can kill you in 2 moves. Martial arts specialist, ex-Navy SEAL, ex-military, spy, whatever it is. He worked for the BOP, extraction team. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't know, a lot of the murders and stuff that the COs do, they do it back there in the hole. Because there ain't a lot of witnesses from the compound, you know what I mean? Is they can cover the windows back there, they can lie about the report and all of that. You know what I mean? Look it up and see how many inmates have died in the shoot. And man, they come in, all you hear is grown men, some of the toughest dudes on the yard, all you hear is crying. Like crying, bro. It was so sad it made the people on the tier cry. We listening like, can't believe this shit is going on. So I can see out my window. Bro, they had them hog-tied with the black boxes up here on their wrists, behind them. They had their ankles hog-tied, and they had a rope going from the ankle to their wrist. And bro, they was carrying these dudes. We talking about Mumbles was like 225, 230. They was carrying these dudes like groceries. So I'm in the second cell, and the dude next to me can look down into the corridor because he in the first cell. And right, and they had extracted them out the cell, whooped on them in there a little bit, and down there they got them on the ground. And the dude was telling me, because everybody on the tier like, what you see, what you see? And he could see down there, so he relaying what he could see. They pepper sprayed Mumbles in his face. They really just, they had the other dudes, we don't know where they was at. They was focused on Mumbles because he the one that stabbed the CO. And they had him spraying him in his face while he was on the ground, you know, and blah, blah. And said one of the Goon Squad dudes just took his arm and broke his arm, you know, from the back. He just bent his arm back and broke it. It was the saddest thing. You could hear the scream, like the yelp, like he yelped out, bro. And it was fucking, I never cried about or shed a tear about my situation right? But at that moment, bro, I just realized where I was at. And that's the first time I ever shed a tear. That's the first time I ever shed a tear about being locked up, bro. Now, let me tell you something. They build most of these prisons in the most hillbilliest places. And in the most hillbilliest places, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you're going to encounter racism with these kind of people, just the people that they hire from those towns or shit like that. But everybody know the most fucked up place to be at to get your ass whooped or get killed by a CO was Atlanta USP, the most predominantly black prison or city or whatever. And them dudes was known for fucking you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about the white or if it's like, you know what I mean? You talking about black on black crime. Them dudes down in Atlanta will fuck you up, bro. That's how it used to be. I heard a warden came and changed all of that and stopped all the violence from the COs and stuff like that. But they wasn't going for nothing. They just dog you out for nothing. They just dog you. And a lot of times these places you go to, man, and a lot of times in this shoe, you can get fucked up back there in that shoe, bro. That's the opportunity, man, to get you. That's their one-on-one time for you. They ain't like you in the compound or you done did some shit and all that. Man, they come get you in that shoe, bro. They get you back there. It ain't over. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So the whole Goon Squad thing, man, let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something, man. It's real. It's real. If we talking about the United States of America, they got some people for your ass, bro. They got some people for your ass. That's why I tell you, man, it's just a no-win-win. It's a no-win situation to even let them people get their hands on you, man. If you out there doing anything, bro, man, just try to, you know what I'm saying? If you can get out, just get the fuck out, bro. Just get out. It's for suckers. It ain't no fun. Go ahead and hit that like button. Share this video. You know what I mean? Goon Squads. Indicted to invited.